morning, stretching your body and yawning. Others enjoy the rhythm of rubbing their eyes when they wake up in the morning. To some, it is a way to wipe out mucus, debris, or rheum that were accumulated in the eye while they were asleep, as well as stimulation of the lacrimal gland that helps produce tears in the eye, which keeps the eye moist and lubricated. As pleasurable as this can be, it is associated with loads of visual complications, and these visual complications are what I am here to discuss today. Rubbing your eye vigorously exposes the outer layer of the eye, known as cornea, to a whole lot of complications. You might be unlucky to rub your eyes against a debris like sand against the cornea, which will cause an injury on the cornea. And most people unfortunately rub their eyes without washing their hands first, and this can lead to transfer of germs or bacteria from their hand to their eye. When this happens, the injury creates an avenue or channel for the germs or bacteria that was transferred from the hand to the eye to burrow into the cornea. And when this happens, it can lead to severe bacterial conjunctivitis or pink eye, and in a more serious case, this can lead to hypopion cornea ulcer, and on healing, leaving a scar on the affected part of the cornea. This leads to reduced vision on the affected part of the eye by reducing your visual field. What I mean by visual field is, looking at me, if you have this kind of condition, while you are watching this video, some part of this video or some part of my body will be missing, unless you tilt your head to a particular position in order to see clearly. And of course, this is not good for you. Another consequences of rubbing your eye, especially on the cornea, is a case of cornea thinning, or a medical condition known as keratoconus. The part of your eye where the cornea is located is on that wider part of the eye that is black, is known as the iris. Now, on that iris is a transparent layer of the eye known as cornea. This cornea is made up of collagen fibers. The cornea is a structure of the eye that helps to bend or refract light, which helps visual interpretation to take place. The ability of this cornea to refract or bend light solely depends on the collagen fibers. When you rub the eye vigorously without care, this can denature the collagen fibers, making them to be weak, which can lead to protrusion of the cornea from being ovally shaped to almost like a cone. This changes the shape of the cornea from being almost oval, from this shape to this shape, making the cornea look like a cone in a medical condition known as keratoconus. And when this happens, it affects the ability of the cornea to bend or refract light, which means that light rays can only be bent when they hit pointed part of the cornea, and these other parts cannot be bent except the ones on the pointed part of the cornea, which will result to distorted vision. Thirdly, rubbing the eyes has been associated with increased intraocular pressure. Just like our body has pressure known as blood pressure, the eye also has its pressure known as intraocular pressure. The normalcy of this intraocular pressure depends on the inflow and outflow of the fluid in the eye known as aqueous humor. When you rub your eye carelessly, you can impose a pressure on the channels to the inflow and outflow of this aqueous humor, thereby increasing intraocular pressure or increased pressure in the eye. When this happens, it can lead to different kinds of visual complications such as retinal detachment or damage of the blood cells and other cells in the eye. Have you wondered why once you start rubbing your eye, the urge to continue rubbing keeps coming? This is because rubbing your eye causes the mast cells in the eye, especially in the conjunctiva. Mast cells are immune cells, and immune cells are cells that help to regulate the activity of the immune system. Now, when you rub your eye vigorously, this irritates or stimulates the mast cells. This causes the mast cells in the conjunctiva to release histamine. Histamine histamines respond by causing inflammation as if it has perceived an antigen. And you know what an antigen is? An antigens are foreign bodies or germs that invades our body. Now, this inflammatory reaction or response by the histamine causes more ocular allergies like itchiness, which will increase your urge to rub, and the more you rub, the more your eye gets red, inflamed, and then tears start coming out. It is also important to note that rubbing your eye can also increase your chances of developing wrinkles or dark circles around your eye. At this point, you'll be saying, but you have been rubbing your eye and nothing has happened to you. The question is, have you seen an eye doctor since you started rubbing your eye? If your answer is no, then we do not have a ground for argument. This is because most of these complications I mentioned are signs. A sign in medicine means that it is only a doctor or a professional can see it. Then the symptoms are what you as a patient experience or your experience towards a particular illness or condition. Whenever you have the urge to rub your eye, this is what you should do. First, go to a running tap, get soap and water, have your hands washed properly. Get a clean water to wash your face. This calms every form of itchiness or eye discomfort at that point. But if itchiness persists, please run to your eye doctor. I believe you have learned a lot from this video. Of course, you know what to do for me. Share, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you soon.